Hi, Tracy's Kitchen and Appalachian Adventures. I want to talk about in this video why Black women, in particular, need to get off welfare right now. Right now. Well, first of all, Donald Trump says he's going to do this and he's going to do that. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know how much he's going to get done. But he's already threatening to do this and to do that. Paul Ryan said he's going to do this. He's going to do that. Okay. Now, Wisconsin, excuse me, has already decreased the welfare rolls. Other states are following suit. You must be ahead of the game. You must be ahead of the game, okay? Now, the Central Americans, now I'm not picking on the Central Americans, I'm just stating some facts. I'm not picking on any one ethnic group. Now, the Central Americans, they're increasing the welfare rolls. Now, why exactly do they come to America? They say they want a better life. Really, why do they come to America? They come to America for the welfare system. Where else can you get a check every month? Food stamps. The government pays for your housing. The government pays for all your medical. Okay? So they can come here and have babies every 9 months, and Uncle Sam's going to pay for all of it. And they know that. They know that. Okay? Now, Uncle Sam might be taking care of them for 5 years, 20 years. Uncle Sam has raised whole families. One lady had 8 children. Been on welfare for 20 years. Uncle Sam raising all those children. Pay for all of them. Now, they say that during the Clinton administration, there was a 2-year limit on welfare, but I don't think that is true anymore because obviously some people have been on welfare for 20 years. Anytime you can be a non-citizen and be on welfare for 20 years, all you got to do is have babies every 9 months, then obviously that rule does not apply. Okay? Now, in order to finance the Central Americans, they have to kick the blacks and the whites out of housing. That's what they have to do. And they have. And they have. Who is really homeless on the street? It's the blacks and the whites. They are out on the street and to accommodate the illegal Central Americans because they are all in Section 8 housing. And the blacks and the whites are on the street. Okay? So the feds are giving first priority to housing to the non-citizens. Does that make sense? No, but that's the fact. And you got to live with the reality. You got to live with this economy. And you got to be honest as to what's going on in this economy. That's why it's important for you to go on Google, alternative media, and see what the news is, what the real news is, not some biased news that's controlled by a political candidate. Okay, that's not news. When you have news that's controlled by a political candidate, that is not news. You got to go on alternative media to get the truth. Now, for want of a better word, why is the United States kissing the Central Americans' butt? I mean, for want of a better word. Why? Well, obviously, it is not because the Central Americans have any job skills that the America needs. It's not because they're particularly academic, which is they're not, that America needs. They just have something that America wants. We all know what that is, okay? So when the Central Americans, when their kids turn 18, they go from school to prison. The school to prison pipeline, which a lot of blacks go to, school to prison. They do the same thing, go to school to prison. The Cambodians go from school to prison. They don't take advantage of any of the schools out there. I would think California has a school on every block, every other block. They don't even take advantage of that, okay? Now, I take a lot of classes when time permits. I take a class here, I take a class there. I very seldom see Central Americans in those classes, maybe one. Okay, they maybe 1 out of 30 or 15. I don't see that many, okay? Now, they're going to give the housing first to the Central Americans, which they're already doing. And some of them live in very nice townhouses. And next they're going to give it to the Syrian refugees. And then they're going to give the housing to the other ethnic groups, the Cambodians and stuff. They're not going to give it to the blacks and whites. The blacks and the whites are out. The blacks and the whites are on the street. The blacks and the whites are on Skid Row. Now, I'm just going to say this as an aside. You know what? Since my particular state is being invaded by Central Americans, I have seen strange insects. I have had to put that powdery insecticide all over the place. I have seen insects that I haven't even seen before, didn't even know existed. I have to clean up trash here and trash there, and their yards are trash too. In fact, I begin to say, I would go on to say that, it looks like little Mexico. Certain sections of where I live, the city where I live, it looks like little Mexico. There's trash everywhere, and the roads stink. The streets actually stink because I walk a lot. But anyway, let me get back to this issue, okay? Now, when a person goes from Mississippi to LA, why? For whatever reason, whatever stupid reason, they're going to end up on Skid Row. Because they're stupid. They should have stayed in the cheap state like Mississippi. Okay? But they stupid. They'll go from Mississippi to LA and end up on Skid Row. Now, they should have just stayed in Mississippi. At least you can buy, some property for $1,000 or less if you save your money, okay? So, what's the truth of the matter? What's the summation? There is no money for welfare for blacks and whites. They're going to force them off. They're going to force the blacks and the whites off the welfare rolls because they have to accommodate the Central Americans. They have to accommodate all the Syrian refugees and the other refugees who are coming from other countries. So there's going to be no money. Somebody has to sacrifice for those people. Okay, so it's going to be the blacks and the whites. No welfare for the blacks and whites. Okay, so if you are, for example, if you are in Washington, D.C. and you're homeless, what does that mean? You cannot afford D.C. That is what that means. So I'm suggesting to you, go buy a cheap lot somewhere, anywhere for $400. Most people can hustle up $400. Go take that $400, go buy a cheap lot anywhere. Tennessee has them. Toledo, Ohio has them. They're out there. You got to look. You got to go on Google and look and do the search. Tax delinquent properties, abandoned properties. They're out there. I'm suggesting that if you are homeless, go take your last $600 and go buy a lot somewhere. That will eliminate your whole homeless problem. If you have a lot, your whole homeless problem is eliminated. You can put a trailer on it, build your own house, put a tent on it, whatever. I'm suggesting that if you're on welfare, go get a job skill, either at a community college, vocational school, or somewhere. Go get a job skill. If you go into the health field, you can probably do something in the health field. I wouldn't go study welding, for example, because welding is pretty much done by robots. I wouldn't even bother with that. But there are other job skills that you can get. Take a class on entrepreneurship to see what you can do about entrepreneurship. Stay away from get-rich-quick schemes, even if they are marketed in the church. Stay away from them. Okay, there's nothing on the market. You cannot have a scheme where you put in $25 and you get back $200. There's nothing on the market that can give you that. If you see something like that, that is usually a pyramid scheme, and it's illegal. You're better off just flashing a sign. Just go have a need some money sign, rather than have a get-rich-quick scheme, a pyramid scheme like that. Okay, you put in $20, and depending who's up at the top of your pyramid, you might get $200 back. That is just a pyramid scheme. It's going to eventually collapse, and besides that, it is illegal. You're going to have to pay taxes on all that money, and you will probably lose all of your investment anyway, because after you finish paying the feds all those fees for having an illegal Ponzi scam or an illegal pyramid scam, you've lost your investment anyway. So you have to take charge of your life. If you're a black woman and you poor, if you're a white woman and you poor, but in particular, if you're a black woman and you're poor, you must take charge of your life. You must take charge of your economic life. You must save $5 a month, at least. You must buy real estate somewhere, anywhere. Do not wait for Uncle Sam to take you off of your precious welfare, voluntarily to get off welfare after you have bought your lot. Okay? Do not be dependent on Section 8 housing. Do not be dependent on that. Save your money for a big down payment on the house. Buy the cheap houses. They are out there. Grow a garden. Have a nice day.